name is Carol Murgatroyd, and I'm here because I'm part of the Aînés Senior project that has been instigated by the City of Beaconsfield. And what we're going to talk about today is how to make an elastic bracelet. So I would suggest the best place to go to get your supplies to make a bracelet would be Michael's. What you need to buy when you go there is elastic, and you need your beads, of course, and you will also need some glue. So the first thing that you need to do is measure your wrist to find out how long you want your bracelet to be. Just take a piece of string, and I just put a knot in the end so that you have something to hang on to. And just put it on your wrist, below your wrist bone. There's your wrist bone down here, because this is where you're going to wear your bracelet. And so you just hold it so that you're measuring the exact amount, the exact size, I should say. And then you can just mark that. I brought along a little marker pen to just mark it. So that's your actual wrist measurement. And then you can decide how much you want to add to that depending on how loose you want the bracelet to be. And so that's totally up to you. The only thing that I would add there is that if you want to use larger beads like these, you're going to have to add more, because the beads themselves, the thickness of the beads will take up space on your wrist. And so it's going to have to be longer to accommodate that. So how do you choose which diameter of the elastic you're going to use to make your bracelet? Well, if you have tiny little beads, you'd say, well, I'm going to use the smallest one. And that would generally be the case. You know, the larger the bead, the larger the elastic. Although sometimes you have a big bead with a tiny hole and a small bead like this with a fairly large hole. So you have to figure that part of it out. But generally speaking, if you have a choice, you would always go for the 1 millimeter because it's the strongest. Then you string your beads onto your elastic on a nice, like a towel or some kind of soft surface that will hold them all. Not a good thing. You have to do this. Pick it up and hold it by the ends and be very careful that you don't let go, and then put it on. And then hold it again and push the beads up so that it's as tight as it'll be when you wear it, and ask yourself, okay, is this a nice looseness? You know, am I happy with this? Tie the knot on our bracelet. So as we said before, left over right and under, then right over left and under. Right over left, under. Now we bring it down. And we want it tight, but we don't want it so tight that the beads get all bunched up. I'm sure you've seen bracelets like that. That's no fun. Oops. So we pull it nice and tight. And then we also pull the other part, that's where the beads are. So we pulled the whole thing into the knot. Now we're just going to make one more knot, just a regular knot, to keep it all nicely in place. I'm just going to expose that knot. And we have our fancy little GS hypo. Cut the ends off. Leave a little tiny extra. Because we've got decent sized holes in these beads, we're going to slide it inside the bead here.
and let that dry. And there you go.